Welcome back to my channel. So how is everything going? Hope you are doing great. Now grab your popcorn and hit the subscribe button. Let's begin. Laura Bennett never imagined that doing her job properly would get her thrown out of the building. At Blue Core Logistics, she had a reputation for precision and honesty traits that made her excellent at compliance, but inconvenient for anyone hiding the truth, and someone definitely was. One quiet Tuesday morning, Laura noticed something off in the quarterly reports. A cluster of invoices didn't match the services they were attached to. Totals repeated in odd ways. Nothing loud, just the kind of subtle inconsistencies only a meticulous eye would catch. But when she lined the data up, the pattern was undeniable. Money was leaking out of the company. Laura didn't hesitate. She gathered every receipt and every discrepancy into a clean report. Then she took it straight to her supervisor, Greg Howard. Greg skimmed a single page before slamming the folder shut. "Drop it," he ordered. "This is above your pay grade." "It's fraud," she said firmly. "We can't ignore it." His voice dropped to a low warning. "If you want to keep your job, you will." Laura walked out shaken, but certain of what she had to do. Greg wasn't trying to protect the company. He was protecting someone else, maybe even himself. So she emailed everything with full documentation to the only person with the authority to act, CEO Eleanor Hart. The next morning, Laura arrived to find security waiting. Her badge was disabled. Her desk emptied. Greg stood a few steps behind them, arms folded, smirk barely contained. "You're being terminated for non-compliance," he announced loudly enough for half the department to hear. No one spoke. No one intervened. Laura simply carried her small box and walked out silently. She'd already done what mattered. The very next day, before most employees arrived, the elevator to the executive floor opened and out stepped Eleanor Hart. Unannounced, snorts unreadable, and holding Laura's report in her hand. She entered Greg's office without knocking. "Explain this." Greg scrambled, denying shifting blame, insisting Laura misunderstood. But Eleanor wasn't fooled. She had already reviewed everything herself. By noon, the entire company was gathered for an emergency meeting. Eleanor stood before them with calm authority. "We terminated the wrong employee yesterday." A ripple of shock swept across the room. She turned to security. "Escort Mr. Howard out immediately." Greg's face drained as he was walked past the crowd. "The same employees who had watched Laura leave the day before?" Eleanor continued, "Effective immediately. Laura Bennett is reinstated, compensated for wrongful termination, and promoted. Integrity will never be punished at Blue Core." 2 days later, Laura returned not to her old cubicle, but to an office on the executive floor. On her desk lay a handwritten note from Eleanor. "So how is everything going? I hope you are doing great. When you find a fire, bring it straight to me. I'll handle the burning." Laura smiled. Justice had finally spoken, and the right person delivered the final word. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.